Never change your GMC transmission fluid the wrong way. One procedure dealers sell as routine is a $5,000 mistake. I'm Dale, 12 years at GM dealer tech. I've watched it kill transmissions. Let me tell you what nobody at the dealer counter is going to explain to you. When your GMC rolls into a dealer service bay with 150,000 miles on the odometer and no documented transmission service history, the service advisor is going to recommend a transmission fluid flush. They'll call it routine. They'll call it preventive. They'll quote you somewhere between $250 and $450. And the customer who signs off on that service has a real chance of driving home in a truck that won't shift correctly within 2 weeks. Here's why, and this is the part most owners get wrong. The new fluid does not kill the transmission. I want to be clear about that because I hear the myth repeated everywhere. Don't change the fluid on a high-mileage transmission, the new fluid breaks it. That's not what's happening. That's the story people tell because they don't understand what's actually going on inside the case. What actually happens is this. A high-mileage transmission that has never been serviced accumulates sludge, burnt clutch material, microscopic metal particles, varnish from years of heat cycling. All of that buildup coats the internal passages. It coats the inside of the valve body. It coats the solenoids. It even coats the hair-thin hydraulic passages that control every shift the transmission makes. That buildup is doing two things. First, it's filling space that fluid is supposed to flow through. Second, the old degraded fluid has higher friction than fresh fluid, which means worn clutch packs are still grabbing, they're biting harder than they should because the fluid is helping them. The transmission feels like it's shifting okay, maybe a little soft, maybe a little late, but it's shifting. Now run a power flush through that transmission. The flush machine hooks up to the cooler lines and forces 90 to 100% of the fluid out under pressure. That pressure dislodges the sludge, not gradually, all at once. Those particles get swept into the valve body, into the solenoids, into those hair-thin passages, and they plug them up. Within days, sometimes within hours, the transmission stops shifting correctly. Hard shifts, slipping, codes thrown, limp mode. At the same time, the fresh fluid has the correct friction modifier. The worn clutch packs that were biting hard with the old degraded fluid suddenly aren't biting anymore. The wear that was hidden by buildup is now exposed. The transmission feels like it failed overnight. It didn't fail overnight. The flush revealed wear that was already there, masked by years of buildup, while simultaneously plugging the hydraulic passages with the debris it dislodged. That's the $5,000 mistake. And the dealer sold it to you as routine service. In my shop, we do not flush high-mileage transmissions. We drain and fill. Here's the difference, because most owners don't know there's one. A drain and fill is gentle. You drop the transmission pan. The fluid drains out gravitationally, no pressure, no force, no shock to the internal components. You pull the old filter, install a new one, bolt the pan back up with a new gasket, and refill the transmission with the correct fluid. Total volume replaced is somewhere between 30 and 50%. The torque converter holds the rest. The cooler lines hold the rest. The valve body holds the rest. That's actually a good thing on a neglected transmission. You're not shocking the system. You're not dislodging sludge in bulk. You're replacing the most degraded portion of the fluid with fresh fluid. And you're letting the transmission adapt to the new friction characteristics gradually. A flush is different. A flush machine hooks into the cooler line circuit and pumps fluid through under pressure until 90 to 100% of the old fluid is displaced. On a transmission with a clean service history, a flush is a more thorough service. On a transmission with 150,000 neglected miles, a flush is a loaded gun. Now, I want to be precise here, because there's an exception and the comment section will catch me if I'm not straight with you. When I say don't flush, I'm talking about the aggressive aftermarket flush. The quick lube machine that forces fluid through under pressure, often with a chemical solvent that dislodges sludge in bulk. That's the killer on a neglected transmission. There is a different animal, a factory-validated fluid exchange. GM actually mandates one on certain 8-speed transmissions to fix a torque converter shutter problem. A specific machine, a specific fluid, no solvent, done by the book. That's not the same procedure, and it's not what kills high-mileage 4 speeds and 6 speeds. The danger is the corrosive aftermarket flush on a neglected unit. The manufacturer-validated exchange on a transmission that calls for it is a different conversation entirely. The Toyota and Honda technicians I respect figured this out 20 years ago. They will not flush a transmission with unknown service history. They drain and fill every time as the default safe procedure. The GMC community has been slower to catch up, partly because GM dealers were trained to push flush services as a profit center. For the worst-case transmission, 150,000 miles, no service history, fluid that looks black and smells burnt, there's a procedure that bridges the gap. It's called a triple drain and fill. You do a drain and fill. You drive the truck for a few short trips to let the new fluid mix with the old fluid in the torque converter and cooler lines. Then you do another drain and fill. Drive again. Then one more drain and fill. 3 partial fluid changes spaced over a week or 2. By the end, you've replaced 80 to 90% of the total fluid volume without ever subjecting the transmission to the pressure shock of a power flush. That's the strategy I use on high-mileage trucks with unknown service history. It costs the customer a little more than a single drain and fill. It costs them nothing compared to a $5,000 rebuild. If you own a GMC truck, hit subscribe. Every week I break down a GM system the dealer doesn't want you understanding. And next week, the engine that lasts 400,000 miles. Now here's where I see another expensive mistake, and this one the dealer also doesn't always get right. The fluid your transmission needs depends on which transmission you have. If you have a 4L60E or a 4L65E, your transmission was originally specified for Dexron III. Dexron III is no longer produced. The current specification is Dexron VI, which is backward compatible with the automatic transmissions that ran Dexron III. And I have to stop you right here, because this is where people make a wrong turn that costs them a transfer case. Dexron VI is backward compatible for automatic transmissions only. If you've got a manual transmission or a transfer case on a 4-wheel drive truck that calls for the old Dexron III, do not put Dexron VI in it. GM specifically prohibits that. The newer fluid is thinner and has different friction additives, and it'll chew up the synchros in a manual or destroy a transfer case. What you want there is the GM manual transmission and transfer case fluid. Part number 8886 1-800. I've seen a guy dump Dexron VI into an NV 3500 transfer case because the label said it replaced Dexron III, and he was buying a transfer case 6 weeks later. Automatic gets Dexron VI. Manual and transfer case get the dedicated fluid. Don't mix them up. If you have a 4L80E, same answer. Dexron VI. If you have a 6L80 or 6L90, Dexron VI is correct. Here is where it changes. If you have an 8L90, you do not put Dexron VI in it. The 8L90 requires Dexron HP. That's a different fluid formulation, designed specifically for the 8-speed transmission. Putting Dexron VI in an 8L90 can cause harsh shifting, premature wear, and shift quality problems that the dealer will blame on the transmission rather than on the fluid. If you have a 10L80, it changes again, and this trips up even the dealers. The 10L80 does not take Dexron HP. It takes Dexron ULV. That stands for ultra-low viscosity, and it is a completely different fluid from the 8-speed's Dexron HP. Putting Dexron HP in a 10-speed or Dexron ULV in an 8-speed is a mistake I've seen done by people who should know better. 3 different modern fluids: Dexron VI for the 6-speed, Dexron HP for the 8-speed, Dexron ULV for the 10-speed, and they are not interchangeable. Not Dexron VI. Not the universal fluid the parts store will try to sell you. I've seen techs at general repair shops put the wrong fluid in 8-speed and 10-speed transmissions because the bottle on the shelf said Dexron compatible. That phrase is marketing. The actual GM specification matters, and it changed when GM went to the 8-speed and 10-speed platforms. Get the wrong fluid in your transmission, and you've created a different version of the same $5,000 mistake. Let me give you the intervals I actually run on my own customers' trucks, because the lifetime fluid claim you hear from GM marketing is the second $5,000 mistake, and it's the one that gets more transmissions than the flush does. There is no such thing as lifetime transmission fluid. That phrase was a marketing decision, not an engineering reality. Transmission fluid breaks down. It shears under high pressure between gear teeth. It oxidizes under heat. It loses its friction modifier package over time. Fluid that hasn't been changed in 120,000 miles is not protecting your clutch packs the way fluid changed at 30,000 miles protects them. For a 4L60E, 4L65E, or 4L80E, drain and fill every 30,000 to 50,000 miles. 30,000 if you tow regularly or live in a hot climate. 50,000 if you're a highway commuter who never sees real load. Filter at every drain. For a 6L80 or 6L90, drain and fill at the same interval. 30,000 if you tow, 45,000 mixed use, 50,000 highway only. GM's published service interval on the 6L80 is up to 45,000 miles. I run mine tighter than that in my shop. Heat is what kills these transmissions, and the 6L80 already has architectural problems with TCC shutter. Clean fluid is the cheapest insurance you can buy against making those problems worse. For an 8L90 on Dexron HP or a 10L80 on Dexron ULV every 30,000 to 45,000 miles. These transmissions are more sensitive to fluid condition than the 4-speed family ever was. The ultra-low viscosity fluids in particular lose their protective properties faster under heat. Don't stretch the interval. Don't trust the lifetime fluid claim from the dealer. Don't wait for shift quality to degrade before you address it. Now, how do you know what shape your fluid is in? You don't need a lab. Pull the dipstick if your truck still has one, or have a shop pull a sample at the pan. Healthy fluid is translucent red or pink and smells faintly sweet. Service it on schedule and move on. Light brown means it's starting to oxidize, but is still serviceable with a drain and fill. Here's the line though. If the fluid is dark brown or black and smells burnt, like scorched oil, that transmission has already cooked its clutch packs. At that point, don't flush it, and be careful even with a drain and fill. A truck with burnt fluid and 200,000 miles is one you service gently and start budgeting a rebuild for. The burnt smell is the transmission telling you the damage is already done. This is the part I left the dealer over. 12 years at GM Dealer Tech, and I'll tell you exactly why I walked away. The dealer service department has a power flush machine in the bay. That machine has a cost. The dealership wants the machine paying for itself. So the service writers are trained to recommend the flush service on every GMC that comes in with over 100,000 miles and no documented transmission service. Doesn't matter if the fluid is clean, doesn't matter if there's no shift complaint. The flush gets sold. I've watched it. I've watched the procedure dislodge sludge in transmissions that were quietly working, and I've watched those same transmissions come back 2 weeks later with shift codes. The customer pays for the flush, then pays again for the diagnostic, then pays again for the rebuild when the diagnostic shows valve body problems that must have been pre-existing. That's the language the service writer uses, pre-existing, as if the procedure had nothing to do with the failure. I'll give you the pattern I saw over and over. A guy brings in a high-mileage GMC that runs fine, shifts a little soft, but gets him to work every day. The dealer sells him a flush as preventive maintenance. 2 weeks later, that truck is in my bay throwing pressure codes, slipping, and the owner is staring down a $4,000 rebuild on a transmission that was doing its job before anybody touched it. The fluid didn't fail. The flush dislodged the buildup straight into the valve body. That's the part that made me quit. Same thing with the lifetime fluid claim. I had service advisors at the dealer tell customers their transmission never needed servicing, and then sell those same customers full rebuilds at 200,000 miles because the clutch packs burned up in fluid that hadn't been changed since the truck left the factory. The dealer made money on both ends. The customer paid for both. That's why I run my own shop now. In my shop, when a high-mileage GMC comes in with no service history, we drain and fill, sometimes a triple. We don't flush. We don't push services that put the customer's transmission at risk. And we tell people the truth about lifetime fluid, which is that it's marketing, not engineering. Let me lay out the actual numbers because this is what determines whether you make the $5,000 mistake or not. Mistake number 1. Power flush on a neglected high-mileage transmission. Result: rebuild. 4L60E rebuild runs 2,000 to 3,000. 4L80E rebuild runs 3,500 to 5,500. 6L80 rebuild runs 4,000 to 5,500. 8L90 rebuild runs 4,500 to 6,500. Add a tow, add diagnostic fees, add a rental car. The total cost lands between $5,000 and $7,000 depending on which transmission and which shop. Mistake number 2. Never service the fluid at all. Result: clutch packs burn up between 180,000 and 250,000 miles. Same rebuild cost. Same $5,000 range. The right answer: drain and fill at the correct interval, using the correct fluid for your specific transmission. Cost per service runs $70 to $150 in your driveway, or $150 to $300 at a competent independent shop. Over the life of the transmission, you might spend $800 to $1,200 on fluid services. That's the price of avoiding the rebuild. $800 in maintenance, or $5,000 in rebuild. The math is not subtle. And here's the part that should make you angry. The dealer knows this math better than anybody. The drain and fill is a $70 job they make almost nothing on. The rebuild is a $5,000 job they make a fortune on. So which one gets recommended? The lifetime fluid story isn't an accident. It's a business model. Tell you the fluid lasts forever. You skip the cheap service, the transmission burns up on schedule, and they collect on the expensive repair. I watched that cycle run for 12 years before I couldn't stomach it anymore. So here's your one actionable move. If your GMC has over 100,000 miles and no documented transmission service history, do not flush. Drain and fill. Triple drain and fill if the fluid looks bad. Want my full GMC transmission longevity checklist? Linked below. Hit subscribe. Next week I'm breaking down the only GM engine I tell every customer to buy used. See you then.